but he will get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Slowly, slowly.
It's slow is better than not at all. Indeed.
Which monkey are we catching now?
Oh, the monkey.
The monkeys.
The Danny monkey.
Oh God, boy monkey.
Yeah.
You can lead a monkey to water, but you can't make him join a circus. No, we're getting mixed up now. What's he up to? Happy birthday, babes, by the way.
Thank you. I got a cold for my birthday.
Oh, aren't you lucky? Who's been sharing?
I honestly don't know.
Probably one of the sweaty, horrible people out and about.
Maybe. I did go out for a bit on Sunday night. But I managed to, I was just saying, Danny came round early before I'd got out of bed. He bought me one of these in bed because that's my little birthday tradition, and he bought me my presents. And look at this, actually. So he's been listening.
Always good. A man that listens.
So one of my little presents was this. It's a little box of motivational shit, because we all need a kick in the ass sometimes. And the first one I open says, "You are freaking awesome." And he said, "I know you." He said, "I know you like motivational shit because you got those cards in your bathroom."
Okay.
meaning my fairy cards.
Yeah. Okay. So he's kind of on the right track there. We like that.
He said, I saw that and I thought you'd like them. And I got a nice hefty Lush gift card to go and buy lots of Snow Fairy.
Snow Fairy's nice.
He definitely listens.
Listen, he's all good apart from his weirdness thing about, I don't really want a relationship thing, but he does all the relationship shit. So apart from that little foible that he has, he's all right.
He does all the good stuff.
Apart from that.
And he did go for lunch with me and Mum today, which was lovely. So, and he's talking about spa breaks, because he's got a bit of a thing about staying places overnight, but he said he's looking into doing one, so we'll see.
He's a bit of an odd one, that Danny.
He is, yeah. He's got a lot of shit from growing up badly. Well, what can you do?
You get over it. You have to heal from it, don't you? And the thing is, no one can teach you how to do it. Well, that would be wrong, because that would be me. But no one can tell you when you're ready to start to deal with it. You have to choose to do it. And it's one of those things where you have to want to.
Yeah, he's had counselling and stuff. But there's an awful lot of baggage.
Yeah, but I mean, hands up who had a lovely childhood.
I can't really remember. I remember lots of arguing, so I think I don't remember stuff because that's uncomfortable to remember.
I mean, Sarah and I both had horrendous childhoods. Ree's mother is questionable at best. At best, Sarah and I both know our stories. I mean, we've got quite similar stories, Sarah and I. So it's, but you do heal when somebody was asking me, I was in the hairdressers today. Look, shiny bonnet.
Look, your hair looks very nice, actually. I was going to say it looks very nice.
It's very shiny, isn't it? You can tell when Michael's done it. Michael's got magic hands. He's also getting it before anybody makes any comments about magic hands. Somebody was asking me in the hairdressers today, because I go into the hairdressers and I end up coaching for free. They like it when I'm in there. I think they deliberately position people in there that need counselling, therapy of some description. I think genuinely, I think, oh God, she needs help. Let's put her in at the same time as Kate. Because I get in there and about 2 minutes later, I'm like, right, have you just said that? But one was saying to me, how do you know when you're ready to heal? And I just said, you kind of just go, right, I'm fed up with this shit now. And I genuinely believe that's the case. You just go, because like Gabby, my oldest daughter, she's very angry at the moment. This is ex-boyfriend's shit. And she's very angry and she's very shouty. So it's a delight. It's an absolute joy to have her over for Christmas. It's an absolute joy. I mean, really loving having her over because it's very banging door and shouty. My fave. So she's not ready to heal because when you're in that banging door shouty stage, that's not a healing stage. That's just anger. And that's not healing. It's when you've finished, when you've cried out and you've done the anger and you've done the crying and you've done the thing and you're like, right, now I'm fed up. I don't want to be like this anymore. That's when you're ready to heal. And you have to, it's a conscious choice. And you can't heal unless you absolutely go, right, now I'm ready. It's like, we all know those people who kind of enjoy being a victim or enjoy being in that puddle. I call it sitting in a wet puddle. You know, they just enjoy the feeling of sitting there and don't want to change it. And if you're just enjoying being in there,
He just kind of tries to ignore it.
yeah, so there's denial, there's complete denial, there's anger, there's there's several reasons why you wouldn't heal.
Yeah, see, he got a bit funny because I've bought him Christmas presents because he says I don't deserve presents. He's never had them.
No one never bought him presents, although he's married with kids.
Yeah,
Never bought him Christmas presents.
he grew up without presents and Christmas wasn't happy and all of that. So he just says, well, that'd make me uncomfortable because I don't deserve them. And I said, well, I've bought them to show you appreciation because I feel that you do deserve them. And we're kind of at a bit of deadlock with like, no, I don't. Yes, you do.
So was like that, not when he was little, but when he was married. Because she said, well, why would I get you anything? For 20 years. She just said, I'm not buying you anything. Why would I get you anything? So when I got him like mass thing under the tree, he was like, he cried the first Christmas he was with me. Because he was like, what, I get presents as well? And it was heartbreaking.
I just feel that I don't have the money all year round to buy things, and he does a lot for me.
So
and at Christmas, the money is there because I've put money by all through the year.
I just think it's just you say to somebody, I just want to show you that I love you. Do you love them? Are you at that point?
We say we love each other. We just don't have a label.
Okay, so you're okay to say. So just say it's Christmas, and it's my way of showing you that I love you at this time of year, as I would everybody else. And I buy everybody that I love Christmas presents, so I'm buying you a Christmas present. It's the end of.
Yeah.
It's a massive big discussion. It's like I buy everybody I love Christmas presents. You are someone that I love, therefore I buy you Christmas presents. It's as simple as. And therefore it becomes less about him and more about this is something that I do for people that I love. And therefore he has to accept that he is loved, so therefore he gets a gift. And it might take him a while to catch up with it.
Yeah, like only one of them is a serious present. The others are funny.
Yeah.
Like boxes with my face on that say something naughty. Like, I just think that's hilarious. How can he not laugh and go, oh, okay, and stick them on and prance around for a picture? That'd be brilliant. It's just fun.
I mean, as long as you share the same sense of humour, why not?
We do. And, you know, he's always laughing and stuff and doing silly things. So it's not that deep. It's just some presents at Christmas, and he kind of just needs to go, oh, thanks, and get over it.
Well, you don't need to keep talking about it then. Just leave it be now.
Yeah, I have. We spoke about it that day, and then it was just like,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So the thing is that we have the best intentions with people, but we can't always make them see our point of view. But what we can do is just we can tell people the thoughts that we have behind what we do. Yeah, so you can just all you can tell him is the intention behind something. So obviously, I've told you before that my dad does criminal profiling, and one of the things that he's brought in to discuss is the mens rea, the thought behind the crime. It's the difference between a murder and a manslaughter. Was it premeditated or was it a spur of the moment, right? I told you the story between like the guy that tried to kill someone with a bread knife, yeah? Yeah. I told you that story, and the difference being that he tried to kill somebody with a bread knife, but he was stupid because a bread knife can't kill anybody, but he got done for attempted murder because he did actually try and kill somebody with a bread knife, because he chased somebody in the car with a bread knife, so therefore it was attempted murder. So the thing is, you can just try and explain to somebody your intention behind something, but you can't make them understand it. You just try and explain your intention behind it.
yeah,
And then they have to receive it in the way that they can receive things, because communication is this is how I'm expressing things, but they have to put things through their filter in exactly the same way as we always say, you can't make somebody happy. They put things through their filters being their past experiences, the way they see the world, their past relationships, their opinion of themselves, etc., etc., etc. Now, the good news is, if he receives gifts off you this year and the world doesn't end, right? Next year, he'll what we call kind of acclimatize, or he'll kind of assimilate that information into what he views the world to be.
yeah. Well, he'll get more gifts in March in his birthday.
Well, this is
I gave him presents this year, and he was like, "Oh, what have you done that for?" But it was just something small.
This is the thing. So he got presents in March. The world didn't end. He get presents in December, and also the world will not end. And then March will come around again, and he will get presents. Do you see what I mean? And he will build that into his normality of, this is what happens when somebody loves you, and they're not going to hold it against you, and nothing's going to break because they do this nice thing for you.
Yeah. He also freely did the love languages questions with me.
Oh, okay. And what happened?
So it was physical touch was both our first one.
Really?
Which is
didn't see that.
It's not surprising because he's very tactile. But my second one was acts of service, and I thought his would be something different, but it wasn't. And he said, it's just because I don't ask for anything, but the things that I do for him that are completely different to the things he does for me are still acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, he's said, like, I really appreciate it when you do those things, I really appreciate everything you do for me. And like, I don't know, I think it opened something a little bit.
And this is the point about communication. That's what I said to you. I'm sure it was acts of service. I knew that, touch would be the first two because you two are very physical with each other. But I knew because he does acts of service for you, that was probably his as well. Because we get what we need.
Yeah, whereas his is like helping me build my bed and my sofa bed, and bringing things to me that he knows I can't buy in the shops because I can't lift, and like things like that. Whereas mine is like, I give him a massage, or I like pluck his little monobrow bit, and like, but he loves a bit of a pamper.
Yeah.
yeah, he loves a bit of a pamper, but like no one's ever done that. So
Yeah.
yeah, and he started to say how much he appreciates it. So
And there you go.
that's all good.
It's all good, Amy, and that's the thing. It's a two, you know, as we go through this program and as you learn more and more and more, you start to just take on board these little things, and it opens up more and more channels of thought, communication, understanding. And that's all it takes. It's not the tiniest little steps build up. And just you turn around one day and you go, I'm actually really quite content. And then contentment turns into happiness, and happiness turns into joy. And you're just like, oh, it's not bad, this shit. It's all right, this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, still, I generally just feel quite happy at the moment, and it's a nice change to not be stressed and miserable all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm just going with
that. Why not?
going with it.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday, my darling. Keep on swimming.
Thank you. I was expecting to turn up looking a bit more glamorous, but I feel crap this afternoon.
Oh,
I think I've got a stinking cold coming, so it was hot shower and get in bed and rest.
oh, bless you. Well, it'll be
I still ran downstairs to get me drink though.
good. Well, it's quiet at this time of the year anyway, because literally we're all behind. Let's face it. No one's.
I should be wrapping presents right now, Pam.
I really should be wrapping presents.
This
That's
was
my
far more
favourite
important.
job. I love it.
You need to come round and have a sleepover at mine next year before Christmas, then, because I
Yes,
am
please.
behind.
I would love. I say to everybody, let me know. Like, all you got to do is like, you know, make sure I've got a drink or whatever, so I'm not like gasping, and like I'll just happily sit there and do it while I'm chatting and
People
watching
keep
TV.
sending me bottles of fizz, and I don't drink, so I could have you plastered quite happily. Baileys, I've got been given Baileys and champers, and I'm sitting here drinking kind of calm tea. So you could be quite happy at my house, mate, as long as you don't mind cats, plural.
No, I would love it.
Open
And I seriously would go on like little wrapping trips. I love it.
Well, I know where you need to be next year then, mate. I can hire you out. Have like a lifestyle thing where we hire Amy out.
Yeah.
Fab. Brilliant. Fab. Well, Sarah Bog, how are you doing, my love?
I'm all right, thank you.
And how are you really?
It's been an interesting few days.
Yeah, you seem a little bit tense. Are you all right, my love?
Oh, why do you know?
Because I can tell from the tension in your shoulders, my love.
I had a full-blown like mental breakdown on Saturday. Don't even really know why. Can't really pinpoint anything. And what triggered it was my cricket, however you meant to pronounce it, wouldn't print something, and it sent me into a full-on historical mess.
Okay.
But I don't really know what caused it. I think it's just a mixture of this time of year, and I don't really know.
Do you find Christmas quite tough?
It's harder with the girls. No, yeah, as the girls are here and they're getting bigger, each year it gets harder.
Is it harder because you look back historically and you feel sorry for your younger self, or is it just harder because financially it gets worse, or is it?
No, because we put away each month for Christmas, so
financially it's okay.
No, in that sense, no, it's not financial wise. It's not even that it's not that I feel. It's not that I feel sorry for myself, because I don't remember my childhood really. Like, I don't really remember my Christmases. So I couldn't say. I mean, it could be that, but I can't say it's that for definite. I don't know, and I don't. Just looking back, I just think I didn't, because even like Dorothy's age, I still had my mum at her age, so. So I don't know, but I think it's just the fact that, like, I always say to Stuart and his mum, like, we make memories with his mum. Like, my mum's not here to make the memories, and sometimes that just really gets me down. Like, I wouldn't say jealous is the right word, but I just think we're getting to share this with your mum, and like me and my sister don't get to share it with anyone really, because my stepmom doesn't even bother with her. So and I
Mm.
certainly don't bother with my stepmom.
Yeah.
So I don't really know, but I think it was just a mixture of things. And then Norma decided to trash the tree in the living room, but it had baubles on it that are 70 years old.
Oh.
And yeah, and that was an interesting Sunday. And then we had to go out and be pleasant because we had plans all day. So, and it's been an interesting few days.
Okay. Were the baubles broken?
Mm-hmm.
Whose baubles were they?
Nan and Grandad's.
As in Stuart's mum and dad.
Stuart's Nana and Grandad.
Oh. Okay.
It also didn't help that the feral child picked one of them up off the table that didn't break.
Through it.
That yeah, literally smashed it to pieces, smithereens. It was like dust. Because back then there was glass, there wasn't plastic and bounced.
Mm.
So obviously my mother-in-law was upset and acted worse than she should have, and she realised that. But I absolutely get why she acted like she did, because she's lived with her mum and dad all of her life, and she's seen those baubles every year. And then all of a sudden, Feral comes along and just
Trashes it.
like, I even said this year, like, I don't want to put a tree up because I know she will trash it. Genuinely, I would have happily just put decorations everywhere and no tree. So, but we're all right now. But because of that, she told Norma off, which we've always told her to do. But then Stuart had to go at his mum, which then caused his mum to walk out. And then we didn't even get a chance to really solve anything because then we literally had to come through to Hull. So it was
What day was that?
Sunday.
So you had the meltdown on the Saturday,
Yeah.
and then that was the Sunday. Oh, and you wonder how I know.
Yeah. So
Hey.
I'm
like-
just tired. I am just
Oh,
tired.
you must be. This shit's hard.
So, but everything's all right now. Like Stuart, because obviously we live in a village, we didn't know which way his mum had gone. So Stuart went in the car to find her. She didn't
Oh,
have
she
a car.
actually left.
Yeah, she walked out. Yeah, I had to go at Stuart because of how he doesn't shout very often. He's extremely laid back. Like in nearly 13 years, I've heard him shout 3 times, and one of those was on Sunday. Like properly shout. So it wasn't like an argument. It was just the fact that he shouted at her. Obviously, it upset his mum because she was already upset. So then I had to go at him thinking he was shouting at Norma, and then found out it was his mum. So I had to go at him even more. Like, no, you don't speak to your mum like that. She was in the right for telling Norma off. We would have told her off if she'd just thrown that bauble, regardless of it being 70 years old or brand new. So they sorted it, obviously, because he went and found her in the car. But then, because we literally had to go out the door, I'd not got a chance to speak to her. Didn't know it was going to be when we came home. We didn't get home till like gone 7 on the night. I think it was more. In fact, I think it was gone 8 on the night. It was just interesting.
Mm.
And then typically I was at work early yesterday, so I could leave early to go to Dorothy's Carol concert. So it was almost like I avoided her then, which I hadn't. It just unexpectedly happened to be like that. And then it's my friend's birthday today as well, who passed away suddenly after a brain hemorrhage on Boxing Day last year. so happy birthday, Amy, but this drink's for Lucy as well. But it's just like, oh my God, anything else? Like, are you trying to make me get sectioned before Christmas?
Wow.
I genuinely felt like that on Saturday. I genuinely felt like saying to Stuart, do I need putting in some sort of padded cell for a few days?
Well, when you first start using a cricket, they'll make you cry. Okay, so it's not you, it's them.
Yeah, I think it was just because it was so stupid. And it was just because I needed to just find a different image to use. But
I know,
because everything was just like,
you want to do it, and they're literally like not cut out. And then when I first started doing them, honestly, like using it, it would be like we started doing it. It was like July, and then we'd try and pick the images out, and they'd all like couldn't pick them out, and then they wouldn't stick because it was that heat wave that we had a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then I'd start having a hot flash. and then it was the heat wave, and then, you know, and it was like, I'd be like throwing things. So yes, I completely feel your pain.
Like, I laugh now because I think, oh my gosh, you actually look like a raging psycho.
No,
Like,
we've all been there. We've all been there. And there's times that at the moment, I think if cricket could actually have a voice recording device and record the amount of times that women have told them to fuck off, I think that it would be hilarious. The words that we use to those cricket machines, honest to God, would be outstanding. So you're not on your own.
yeah.
It's not you. Okay, we've all had a meltdown at them. Go on. Number 2, don't forget, my darling, you've just gone back to work.
And that's what I think it was a mix of.
Tiredness and trying to
Yeah.
get everything ready for Christmas. This is
Yeah.
the first Christmas that you're not in your house. I know you love Norma and she's a sweet woman, but you are in somebody else's house, and it's not relaxing sometimes. You
Well,
know,
it's definitely, I the reason I've got these Christmas decks up behind me, like as rubbish as they are, is because I appreciate she loves Christmas as much as we do, and she has a lot of things. So I was like, still your house, like still
Yeah.
put it all out. We'll put it on a back burner, but I love it. Like, I'm one of these, while the girls are still young, we have all the tat. We have
yeah, oh
all
yeah,
the
we had
singing toys,
pink,
all the, yeah.
fluffy, tinsel, the whole shebang when they were young.
Yeah. So, but we haven't put it all out because obviously there's not enough room to put everything. So, and I just think it's just daft things, like you say, going back to work. Like, as much as it's been actually really good going back to work, I am feeling it. But my boss has been fantastic. Like I said, I had a catch up with her last week and she was really positive. And yeah, so I just think it's just been just a mix of things.
It's just, sweetheart, it's just an accumulation. You're not going mad. It's tiredness and it's stress, and it's like you will want your own stuff. And as nice as she is, you know, you are dealing with somebody else's Christmas stuff, and it will feel a bit
Yeah.
awkward. And as you said, you know, your little one will have trashed the place, and it is awkward, and you do feel guilty. And
That's the thing, I do feel guilty that she broke these baubles.
well, you will do. You know, I mean, it's normal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then, you know, Stuart losing his shit, you would have shocked you, and then Normal
Well,
walking
yeah,
out.
because he doesn't do it. He genuinely doesn't do it. Like,
I know, but
he
then
doesn't raise his voice.
but she shouted at his daughter,
Yeah.
and you don't, you know, like, ooh. My dad once absolutely went for Rowan because Rowan's on the spectrum, and Rowan talks through movies. That's what she does. She just talks through movies because she has a dialogue with the people on the screen. You can't stop her doing it. It's what she does. She's on the spectrum. And my dad, with a mouthful of food, with his shoes on one of my cushions, one of my cashmere cushions that I had knitted. Back me up. Cashmere merino cushion that I had knitted, right? There's like £100 worth of fucking wool in that cushion, right? And he's just sat there with his boots on my cushion, right? Mouthful of food, waving a spoon, says to my daughter, if you want to disrespect me, Rowan, carry on doing what you need to do, what you're doing in my house, right? So Rowan stormed upstairs, and my dad says, well, that's not okay, is it? And I turned around and said, no, actually, you're right. It's not okay. And he went, ooh. And I went, yes, ooh. And he went, because he thought, I'm going to agree with him that it's not okay. I was like, no, it's not okay. You don't talk to people like that in my house. I'm sorry. You know, so it is very, very difficult when grandparents shout at children when they're not aware of the dynamics of that child.
Yeah.
It's not okay.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, like, we have told us, I mean, Norma is naughty. She's the naughtiest child I've ever come across. Like, I've seen naughty kids before, and Norma tops it to the point she's got like a typical 2 to 2.5 year review. And I'm going to bring up a few things that I mean, it could be that we was blessed with Dorothy and she was pretty much a textbook kid. Was pretty angelic until World War III kicked off when COVID came along and all the autistic side came out showing properly. But Norma is just on another level. She absolutely has no fucks to give to the world.
Yeah. Oh, Gabby made parenting look easy. Gabby was angelic. I could literally parent Gabby with my eyebrows. Gabby, at 2 years old, I could take her to fine dining restaurants. She would sit there absolutely perfectly still. And if she did anything, I would raise an eyebrow at her and she'd correct herself
Mm.
and sit nicely. Rowan would put herself on the naughty step. Because I'd say, Rowan, you know you're not to do that. And she'd go, well, I'll finish anyway. And then I'll just go and put myself in timeout, shall I? At 2. The sass on that fucking child was off the scale.
Mm.
She'd carry on doing what she knew she wasn't allowed to do because she wanted to do it anyway. And then she just
Yeah.
put herself in timeout. Not one was given. She sounds like Norma. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah, no, well, I'm nodding here because it does sound like Norma. To be fair, she's awful.
like, well,
I can say it because she's mad, but she's awful.
Yeah, she's like, oh, you're gonna punish me anyway, so I might as well finish enjoying what I'm doing, and then I'll just go and punish myself, and then everybody wins. So
Yeah.
I'll just do that then, shall I?
Yeah,
And I was like, wow.
yeah, definitely an eye opener. So
Very usually quite clever kids though, just to warn
she
you.
is. Well, I mean, we
Usually
thought
quite
Dorothy was quite
switched.
intelligent, but Norma's a lot more than
Yeah.
Dottie ever was.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that doesn't
really
help because then they're
switched on.
Machiavellian and intelligent.
Mm.
It's not normally a very healthy combination. Just like, you know, because you have to be A, switched on, B, caffeinated.
I do drink more caffeine, not a lot more, but I didn't used to drink coffee, and I drink decaf tea. I now drink at least 1 coffee a day.
You have to have that first cup in the morning when they're early risers because it's a thing. Bless your soul. Well, listen, I think you just need to understand. Hey, listen, it's been a lot. You're not going mad. Well, no more than the rest of us. It's just an accumulation of things.
Yeah.
You know? It's this time of year. We're all knackered. And there's bugs going around everywhere.
That's just coming to say night.
Oh, hey, Dottie. Hey, darling.
Night, darling. See you,
Good night, sweet pea.
I love you. Oh, she's showing you Stitch.
Hi, Stitch.
Go
He's
on
so
then.
cute.
No,
Night, night.
love you. Sorry, she always comes in every time. She's
I know.
she always thinks you can always see it. She's always like, what did they say, Mummy? I'm like, they don't even see you sometimes.
I try and acknowledge if I do see her.
You do, to be fair, bless you. Thank you. She loves it. She gets really excited.
Not like Marie's cat, who now just sits and watches my Zooms.
I saw that just before the call, actually. That's real
Marie
cute.
goes out and just sits and watches them instead. Like, okay, why not? But yeah, so just reset, fresh start. Don't overthink it. Don't tell yourself stories. I'm sure she doesn't think that you're avoiding her. Just don't because you're tired. Your brain will start putting 2 together and making 795.
Yeah.
Don't go there. Okay.
Yeah.
She won't think you're avoiding her. You've got enough with your friend's anniversary on your mind, birthdays on your mind. You've just let it go. Okay.
Yeah.
Just draw a line under it. Fuck it. You know.
Tomorrow is a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day, my love. It doesn't.
And look how red my face is because I have literally had a glass of gin.
Well,
that's what happens anytime I have any sort of alcoholic drink.
I like that when I have a nap, darling. Don't worry. It's menopause. Let's look.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You're all right. I promise.
Thank
okay.
you.
Just breathe. Let it go. Just don't carry it on in your head.
No.
That's the worst thing we do. We start thinking, and she's going to think this of me, and she's going to think that, and then she's going to think I've done this. Just put it down. It's not worth it. No. You've got many more things. You've had too many losses and too many things in your life. This is a mere trifle. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. It is. Thank you.
You're welcome. Riri, how you doing?
Surviving. How does that sound? That goes.
Okay, give me a clue. Are we talking Dan? Are we talking where are we up to?
Landlords and electrics.
Oh, frick. They're not still being arseholes, surely.
We had to have the electric check done yesterday. We were just told on last Tuesday, answer phone message, they're coming in 8 o'clock Monday. Please put all decorations away. make plenty of space for them.
Mhm.
They were still here at 4 o'clock. I'd lost it by then. I'd lost the plot.
Well, what were they doing?
Most of the time standing in where we have the coats and everything, yabbering, or one kept driving off to get bits and coming back, and I lost the plot, literally.
Unacceptable.
I lost it to the point Dan went out later to get a bag of rice for dinner, and he rung me as in, which one do you want? And I screamed down the phone, I don't care, just get whatever. Just don't ask me any questions, just buy whatever.
Did they apologize?
No. He stood there at one point and he went, you'll be in tomorrow if we come back to do more, won't you? And Dan went, no. Because luckily he took the day off because of moving everything. I was like, I can't be asked to do Christmas now.
No, you don't let anybody spoil your Christmas.
I know, but I was just like,
No, fuck them. That's my professional opinion. We've got a lot of F words today. I don't really care.
it's just, I'd made an effort before I put it all away. I got it all out. Then I put it all away. And I was like, I don't know if I can bother to get it all out
Yes,
again
you
now.
can. Bar humbug.
Yes, that works. I'll get the hat.
No, absolutely not. Go on. That's not the Ree we know and love.
It's the
You're
one
only
I'm
allowed the hat if you get the decorations out first, then you're allowed the hat.
Let me think about that. No.
Go on, is Tabitha off college?
Yes.
She'll help you.
What myth? I've got a cold and can't do anything.
Oh. Hmm.
Yes. Well, we attempted to do that at me today, and that didn't work.
Wow.
I sent it to its bedroom and it's still there.
Okay. Well, it will have to serve itself then if it wants to eat or drink.
Mm.
Mhm.
I just thought it's not the day to try and attempt my. That's it. My limit is like up there, and
So
then
what-
Tyler stole my seat. Just
Yeah, but the ragdolls, they do like to sit where you've been because it's nice and warm.
I got off the chair. I was watching the video. Got off the chair to get printer paper to print the PDF. Got up and I was like, Tyler's absorbed, and he sat there for the whole video.
That's so cute though. It's super cute. You've got to admit it's cute. Why is it
Yeah.
fascinating though? I don't know.
But he does it every Wednesday. He has to come up and have a look on a Wednesday. On Wind Down Wednesday, he has to come and have a look.
I mean, I am a cat girl. But there's something in the tone of my voice that just says I'm a cat girl. I'm a cat.
Alright.
Maybe I ought to introduce him to Lily. Mind you, she actually doesn't give a shit though. Lily, you can actually go up to her with a Hoover and she'll just look at the Hoover.
He runs. He doesn't like the Hoover.
Every cat runs. Lily, I've gone up to, because you know we've got like big lawns. I go up to her with a ride on lawnmower and she just looks at me like,
And
go around me, see if I care. She's such a bitch. Such a bitch. Honestly. Rudest cat on the planet. Well, what are you going to do to make yourself feel better? Because you're obviously not going to carry on doing this for the rest of the Christmas.
I honestly don't know.
Well, what cheers you up?
Usually, oh God, go on then.
Well, you saw on my Facebook the other day, I'm educating my children.
No, I didn't.
Oh, I'm educating them on the most important things ever.
I'm literally not on Facebook very much anymore. I've got bored of it.
Oh, okay. Well, it's very, very important. So we started off with Top Gun. What did I start off with? We've done Top Gun, and we've done Pretty in Pink, and we've done The Breakfast Club, and we've done Labyrinth and The Lost Boys, and Cocktail, and so we've just basically started watching 80s cheesy movies. I'm trying to persuade them to watch Fame, but then I couldn't get my credit card to work on Amazon Prime. But we're basically doing a cheesies 80s movie-a-thon. And if you go onto my Facebook page, you'll see all the ones that people are recommending. So I think you ought to join in. I watched Ghost, but they were so disparaging. They broke my heart. It was the visual effects or lack thereof of Ghost. Sally, back me up here. I mean, I know I'm older than you, but still, you know, in Ghost, when the baddies come to take the ghouls that come to take the souls away, they fell over laughing. And when Patrick Swayze disappears up the stairs into heaven, they thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. Not one tear was shed. And I was like, for fuck's sake, that's the whole point of the movie. You're supposed to cry when he goes and he's leaving Demi Moore, and they were absolutely howling with laughter at the visual effects. And I was like, well, that's that then. Anyway, that's aside, okay, apparently the Lost Boys, they thought the graphic effects on the Lost Boys was pretty shit as well, but there you go. But I think you ought to watch like Fame, Ghostbusters. Oh, Ghostbusters. I haven't introduced them to that one either. Nobody said Ghostbusters.
The only films I've ever watched are Christmas films. That's it.
What?
I've only watched Christmas films. That's it.
What?
Yep, that's it.
Non comprende.
Don't watch films.
What? What do you mean you don't watch films?
I never had films at home.
You've got your own house.
Yeah, but it's something I've never got into.
Mate, you've got a freaking television.
Yeah, that I don't often watch.
So you just sit there and do what?
I craft or I read.
What?
Hey, it's a quirk.
No, mate, I'm quirky. That shit's weird.
Okay, but I love it. It's me.
Okay. Right. No, right. We're going to get down. Like, okay. What? So, what? You've never watched anything that's not a Christmas movie?
No, and for Christmas movies, I've only watched Scrooge. On repeat.
Help. Okay.
I think it's educating Ree time.
Do you think? Like,
We're going to be bombarding her with film lists.
so you haven't ever watched Love Actually?
No.
I'm
Christmas Chronicles are fantastic.
what? Okay, breathe. I can do this. Right. What access do you have to help? Right. What can you play? Can you play Netflix? What kind of TV do you have?
We have Netflix, we have Sky Cinema.
Yes. Okay. Right. We're rocking. Okay. Homework for today.
God, yes.
I don't know where to start because I don't know who you know. Where do we start? The Holiday or Love Actually? Love Actually, right? Love Actually. Okay. Is it on Netflix? It must be on Netflix. Or is it on... Right. well, you need to watch it tonight because it'll cheer you up.
Right.
Okay. It is
Yep.
literally important.
Okay.
Okay. This is what you're going to do because you're not going to just sit there because Tabitha's doing that teenage thing, isn't she? So try it. Okay. Do you know how to use the telly?
Yeah.
Just checking. Okay. Yes. Okay. So you never know. I
Yes,
didn't know people
no.
don't watch movies.
What would you do if I said no?
I would send Amy round to wrap some presents while she taught you to do it. I'll get her to put all your Christmas decorations back up while she was there. Obviously. I don't know where she lives in relation to you, but hey, you're in.
3 hours or
It's doable. If it comes to it, it's doable.
There you go. You're both Southerners. I know it's definitely not going to be Sarah because she's north from me. Sally would
I mean, I
cry
would.
if I asked her to.
I would.
Okay. All right. You're going to do it.
Yes.
It's got no. Oh no, it has got slight nudity in, hasn't it? But only the pretend nudity. No, it's only the pretend stuff. It's not naughty. It's not naughty, is it? It's really PG. I promise.
Okay.
There's nothing else. It's got Hugh Grant in.
Okay. I haven't foggiest who that is, but okay.
Okay.
I just want to hug her.
I do. I just want to sit next to her and talk her through all these movies. Should we each have her for a week and just introduce her to all these things? I feel like I need to corrupt you. Is that bad?
I told you I was discovering myself. This is just something else.
No. And listen, we're all up for it, but we all want to like adopt you. Like we all want to like. Do you know what I mean? Like we all want to like. Do you like
My
like?
parents went.
Hmm?
My parents went. Feel free to adopt.
Yeah. We all. I think our overwhelming emotion is, ooh, we can corrupt you now. Yeah. Fun. How Edinburgh will look good though.
Yes, it was good.
See, you're discovering all kinds of things this year.
I know Dan even got me on a Ferris wheel. I don't even know how that one happened.
Get you on the London Eye.
I've done the London Eye. That was
Apparently,
fine.
all sorts of naughty things happen. Hmm?
I could do the London Eye. That was fine because you hardly feel it moving.
I've never been on it.
Ferris was a whole different concept.
I like Ferris wheels.
Mm.
No? Okay. But you've done it, so you can do it again.
I knew you'd say that.
It's the truth. I mean, like it didn't kill you. Nothing
No.
bad happened.
No.
So it's okay. It's okay. So Love Actually, starting today. And then you're going to post in the group when it's done. Okay. And here's the rules of this game. The game is called, do you remember? Fucking course you don't. Who is my age? Sally, you're not quite my age, but you're the closest in age. You remember the film Educating Rita? Right. So we're going to play a new game called Educating Ree. Okay. We're all in on the game. Okay. And we're going to put a post in there and we're going to call it Educating Ree. Okay. And the game goes like this. So we all think of a movie. We can't scare her. So it's got to be something that's like gentle and nice and warm and loving and kind of that kind of thing, right? Nothing scary, nothing like horrid, okay? Something that's nice. We can delve back because we've got a whole millennial of films that we can introduce her to because she's watched one. So we can pick and choose, right? And when she's watched the film, she posts in the thread that she's watched it, okay? And then one of us goes in and recommends the next one for her. Okay? So all you have to do, Ree, is when you've watched it, you say done and you give it a score out of 10.
Okay.
Okay? And we're going to play this over the Christmas holidays.
Right.
Up for it?
Yes.
Cool. Oh, this is going to be fun. But
Can
nothing.
I ask, Ree, have you ever been to the cinema?
No.
No.
We'll work up to that one.
Well, if you're a Sky Cinema customer, you get the two free tickets for View every month now.
Hmm. We'll work our way up to the cinema. Date night with Dan. He won't know what this is,
No, he wouldn't.
but we can work up to that. That'll be fun. Ray's just like. So, start with Love Actually.
Okay.
Fun. You can trust us. We won't do anything silly, will we, girls? No, we'll give you nice movies to watch. Nothing gory, nothing horror, nothing pornographic, we promise. We'll do nice ones.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Yay. I'll educate my girls and you. I will join in the movie watching. Yay, nice. Yeah, there you go. Sarah will watch with you. Cute. And we'll do movie nights and have fluffy socks and hot chocolate and stuff. Yay. Awesome. Right, so that's you sorted. That'll cheer you up. I'll get you back in the Christmas mood because we'll start with Christmas movies. So we do like Love Actually, The Holiday, Home Alone.
I've been watching Polar Express a lot because I love
Polar
the
Express is
songs.
gorgeous, yeah. Anything, all the good, nice Christmassy ones. What's that one? Miracle on something street.
34th Street.
Yeah, all those kind of ones. They're all.
Does anybody watch Channel 52 on Freeview? Like, I don't put it on very often, but it is literally just Christmas movies. But not all these typical ones you've heard of, all these cute little lovey-dovey things. And now I've just if Norma's got CBeebies on, but then decides to play, I just turn it over. Just think
The ones where all the couples look the same.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Same actors all the way through, every film, just different names and different locations every now and then. But that's good if you like a bit of background noise.
Cute. Right, so we know what we're doing for the next few days then. Huzzah! Fab. Right, Sally, darling, how are you?
Probably sounds like the same as everybody else.
True.
This time of year is just crazy bananas, which is my favourite saying, right? And I've also got Harry's birthday as well. So I'm done with Christmas and now I have to start on Harry's birthday. So yeah, I think it's just an amalgamation of life is a lot anyway. And I know it is the pressure I put on myself to do things. But I do that anyway. It's like I went to a meeting this week with my amateur dramatics group and just came away with a list of things to do. And I said to somebody afterwards, like, why do I do this? And he was like, well, because I love it. These are jobs that I went up in my loft today, got my Cinderella script down because we want to do Cinderella pantomime next year. I'm on the committee that's going to mishmash a few scripts together for a brilliant pantomime. I'm up for that because we've had a bit of a shit year because we didn't put our Christmas Carol on and stuff. And I've got the expertise. For this small group, I'm a bit of an expert. So it feels really good. And it's something I can now change lyrics to songs and things. I do that in my baby classes as well. So I'm finding a new skill that I'm actually quite good at from all the years of having done these things. So none of it's like, I'll do that. It's I've got half an hour, let's do that. Go up to the loft, find a script. The only thing was, the script that I found was my ex-husband's script, because I must have been heavily pregnant with Jack. I think I was the prompt for that particular pantomime. And so it was all his lines highlighted. And as I was reading through it, it was all flooding back. But it didn't feel as icky as I thought it would.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to use the script and then I'm going to give it to him and not put it back in my loft. Because it's his.
You can give it to her, or she'd just burn it.
Yeah, I was going to give it to Harry to give to him.
Burn it. If he hasn't noticed, it's not exactly valuable to him.
No, I don't think anything much really is. So yeah,
he's not. He doesn't value much in life, does he? Now.
No. So yeah. It's just, I just feel like it's a lot, and I've just been to I don't know. You have a plan for the day, and nothing's going to plan at the moment. Like,
wait, does it ever though? I've been waiting for this normal week since I was pregnant with Gabby. Genuinely. The one that's 24 in a few months. I swear, no, I'm not even lying. I promise you, I'm not lying. I've been waiting for a normal week since I was pregnant with her. I keep thinking this is the week, and I'm blessed. I mean, I'm still optimistic it's going to happen sometime. The one that all goes
that's
to
life, isn't it? We've got to have that optimism, otherwise, what are we?
Well, I mean, but you think I might as well just give up by now. But I saw your thing about the washing machine breaking down. My washing machine just literally this week.
It's the only thing I've now got cover on, because I just can't be without my washing machine. Other things I could maybe tide myself over and stuff. And it's the two things that were replaced like 6 months ago. But funnily enough, when you go through the plan that you pay for every month, they're like, oh, well, we haven't fixed it before. No, you haven't fixed it before, because Beco had to come out and fix it, because you wouldn't fix it. You would only send a Beco engineer. Now you're going to, it's just like, oh my God, I can't cope. Just why? Nothing's ever easy.
No. And you make all the plans that you think are going to be foolproof, and then when it comes to it, it never is.
No. Yeah, just, I mean, to be honest though, I have my gratitude has been, I've been finding gratitude really, really easy for the last couple of weeks. I've had the odd really down day, but most of the time I'm really finding happiness. Like my Christmas classes went really well, and
I'm pleased
they were really well received.
Have you got to ask people for reviews?
No, I do keep asking on my social media and nobody's coming forward, but I do need to send everybody an email.
Or just, can you even make it more personal? Pop into their DMs, make it personal. That's the way I get the most feedback. You'll have seen me.
I normally send an email with a link, and then if they click the link, they can just write something. For mums with babies, if they're feeding, I think that's the easiest thing. Click a link, write something. But I am now starting to put in my notes of my phone verbal reviews. So if somebody says to me, somebody said to me in my last class, oh, I love all the little extra things that you do. It really made the class. So I wrote that down with her and her baby's name, and I'll put that as a testimonial, because that is, not everybody says it to your face, some people want to write it down. And
that's it. And you can just say to them, do you mind if I use that as a testimonial? And people always say, yeah.
Jack's bossing it at college. Can't believe that.
Cute. Instead
of getting emotional, thinking, oh my God, I'm failing him. School's failing him, what we're going to do, he's like, yeah, you can expect more of that, mum. Not that I could get him to go to college today, but
well, I mean, pick your battles. It can't be all plain sailing.
It's been a long term, and none of his friends mates will go in and stuff, so it's just like, okay, I'm trying to be a lot more acceptive and pick my battles, and that was just not the battle for today.
But
so I am,
bless him.
I'm trying to be really mindful every time I feel like stuff's bubbling up and getting too much. Just trying to bring myself back down again.
And I think when the kids are that age as well, it's just looking at them and thinking, what do I need to action on this? Because it's so easy when they're 16, 17 to like hold on to everything, but you have to sometimes say, and this is for you as well, Rhys, sometimes say, actually, you know what, they're not babies anymore, I can let go of that one. Like that's on their own recognizance, that's up to them. Like I can't mother them completely. Like if they're not going to hand that piece of homework in, that's their tough shit right at this point.
Yeah. But I mean, Harry's the same though. So that's my middle son. He got an 8, the equivalent of an 8+ in his computer exam today. Then got told off by his uncle, who's a teacher at the school, because he videoed a fight between 2 students, and that's not acceptable.
Yeah.
And then won a competition in another class where he won a box of
chocolates. Yeah.
God's sakes. He literally like keeps me on my toes, because one minute I'm like, oh, you're awesome, the next minute I'm like, oh my God, you're such an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. But that's parenting in general though, isn't it, really?
This is very true.
It is, you know, like sometimes I'll be like, oh, my kids are so wonderful, and then I'll be like, yeah, eat shit. You know, it's like,
I know, I was going to put another state. I was going to put a status about Harry going, oh, you know, he's bossing it. You know, not only is he, you know, a great sportsman, he's actually really good at school. And then he came home and said that. I was like, yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Actually, he's a bit of an idiot as well. But anyway.
Yeah, but then, you know, it's like all human beings are good and bad. There's no there's no perfect child, there's no perfect student, there's no perfect parent. And to expect our kids to be perfect is to set them up for failing. You know, we can't, you know, they do stupid shit. You know,
I've always expected too much from Harry, because he was always a fast developer. He grew up quite quickly, I think, because Jack had the difficulties and I didn't really know that he had them. So he's essentially always looked after his brother, even though his brother's 2 years older than him, and that took a while to unravel. But he is that gifted and talented. You know, he'll see something and be able to do it. You know, he could do a Rubik's Cube, and he's great at maths, and he's just that. He's brighter than me. Yeah, which is infuriating. No, but yeah, they do have their, even when they're bright and they're gifted, they still have room to be absolute complete idiots. Oh yeah, he's a typical teenage lad for sure.
And you have
typical 14, 15-year-old.
You have to give them room to be idiots as well, because it's an essential part of being a teenage boy.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah. And sometimes when you have a child that has additional needs, you still have to remember that teenage boys can still be morons. Do you know what I mean? It's not like one child has additional needs, so the other one's perfect. No, one child has additional needs, and you're just a moron because you're a typical teenage boy. You know? And you have to take it with a pinch of salt sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, this whole parenting thing is a
I know, we got 5 minutes. Well, we got a couple of minutes down the road, and we were like, "Shit, it's Christmas jumper day!" Ran back to the house for Toby, put Christmas jumper on.
I'm still
run to school.
Honestly, I'm still trying to get my shit together, and I've got 1 more year left of parenting at school. Like I literally bought the Christmas Carol concert. I was like, yes, the Christmas Carol concert's on Thursday. Plenty of time. Tried to buy the tickets on Monday morning, all sold out. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like, that's plenty of time. So I had to call the school, all tickets sold out. I had to email the head of music, dear Mrs. Kitchener, I've managed to miss the ticket sales again. You know, I mean, who sells out? Which carol concert sells out of Christmas Carol tickets? Are you really? Like, are you that popular?
My boys' old school used to get really funny. So you used to get allocated 2 tickets per parent for the nativity. So I used to go in and get 2 tickets. And one year I got quizzed by the receptionist. Is that for you and Harry's dad? I was like, no, that's for me and my husband. Harry's dad can get his own. Well, no, you can only have one. No, if Harry's dad wants to come, he can get his own tickets. This is my allocation. Oh my God, that made me feel like utter shit.
No. Well, I mean, as I said, I missed the sales of tickets. I mean, I've got 1 year left to sort my shit out. My children have been going to school for 19 years. One year, I might just make it next year, just to finish on a high. After 19 years, just so I
But
can prove that
some things you'd be surprised how quickly they sell out there, and I think I don't know what our Toby school doesn't massively do stuff like that, but you kind of know which things you've got to get in like super quick.
Mm.
Does take a few years to know though.
Yeah, but
But-
19, I think, is a bit of a steep learning curve. I think I should have pretty much got my shit together by now. It's like 2 decades in.
It's almost like you know though, you know you've got to do it and you still don't.
Just
Yeah.
doesn't happen. So, what are you working on at the moment then?
Well, I'm working my way through Gossip Girl because I've never
you
watched
started?
it. Bloody love it.
Thank
So
you.
I'm obsessed with watching at least 1 to 2 episodes of that a day. Oh, and I've caught up with Doctor Who because I absolutely love the new Doctor. I'm really getting back into Doctor Who. I think he's just an amazing actor, and I think it's gonna do. And with Russell T Davies writing it again, I'm just yes, I'm here. I'm so here for it. So I was like, gotta watch it, gotta catch up so I can watch it on Christmas Day.
So, but you're liking Gossip Girl then?
Yes, I absolutely love Gossip. I didn't realise Ben Pagley. Well, it was the guy from I watched all that. I keep forgetting them. The guy from You. I didn't know it was him that was in it, and
Yeah.
Blake Lively and stuff. But yeah, I love teenage stuff like you do. So
I don't know why. I mean, it's
I'm
like
here for it.
But-
Because secretly I'm still 20.
Well,
I might
I-
be
that's- yeah.
45.
no, I'm definitely still 19. I don't think I've aged since 19.
I'm still yeah. I think I'm stuck pre meeting my ex-husband.
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'd say pre my first husband, actually. I met him when I was 20, let's say 21. So yeah, I'm definitely 19, 20.
Until I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh no, I'm not 20.
No, God, no, I'm definitely. Yeah. I
So I think that's why I like it. It is easy to watch though, isn't it? And it's relatable. I think why is it always so I've just been watching something else called Elite, although that was based in Spain, and it's always rich kids. It's always based around rich kids.
Well, because they've
with,
got
like-
they've got a more interesting lifestyle, haven't they? I think.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. That's what I want to see. Champagne life, lemonade budget.
Well, I went to Dior yesterday. So Gabby's Christmas present was a beauty experience at Dior. And she wanted, so she's obviously 23, turning 24, and she works as she's working up her way up through hotel management. So her look for hotel management has got to be very kind of fresh faced. So kind of very she has to wear makeup, but it has to be very like not obvious makeup. So it has to be very kind of like makeup but no makeup. And it's really hard to do if you're not used to doing it. So she wanted some makeup for her Christmas present, but she wanted someone to teach her how to do this makeup no makeup look. So I took her to Dior. There's a makeup artist that I know. He was on Glow Up. Have you ever watched Glow Up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Lee, can't remember what his name is. Lee something. Lee. He gets hired by Dior to do let me see. Come on, what's his name? Come on, Lee Eastrop. He works for Dior in Meadowhall, where I live in Sheffield. And he does Dior experiences there. So I hired him to do Gabby's, and then you pay for some makeup and that is included. So she had this Dior day, and yeah, I was very tempted, like that he was doing all this makeup stuff, and I was like, I wonder if he can like teach me some like amazing tricks and kind of like de-age me for just a few years. But yeah. he was talking to me about this, well, while I was there, he was like, would you like a glass of champagne? You know, when you sit at Dior, and I was like, I don't drink. That's such a waste of experience, because I don't drink it. And I was just like, you know, it sounds lovely, you sit at Dior, you know, and you're sitting there with a little glass of champers. I felt like I felt like I should start to drink again, just to enjoy the experience a bit more. No? Do you know what I mean?
You don't want to be drunk learning how to do makeup, though. I mean,
Well, I wasn't learning. I was just accompanying Gavin.
yeah. I guess it's the same thing when you go to a bridal store and yeah,
Mm.
you get off for champagne and stuff, don't you? It's that kind of environment, I think, that.
Yeah.
But to be fair, they should have a non-alcoholic.
They did that. They gave me
version.
sparkling water, but it was not the same.
No, we want the bubbles and
Wanted the
pretending to drink, and
Yeah.
because so many people don't drink alcohol anymore. It's a massive, massive thing.
It is. Champagne. It's just funny you said champagne lifestyle. I should have been enjoying my champagne lifestyle, but I really wasn't.
Mm.
I was enjoying my glass of sparkling water. But they didn't even serve it in a nice glass. It was just like in a glass. So I wanted to do
Well, that's rubbish. That's
Yeah,
the
I
whole
wanted
point.
the whole
Is
kind of like
put it in the glass.
Yeah, champagne Dior. Not.
At least you could act it then.
Yeah, I could at least, you know, done a bit of Instagram, but no. Not even close. Less. Well,
Yeah, so concentrating on drinking water, eating the best, because when it's so busy, cooking's hard as well sometimes. So it's just, but the planning on Sunday nights has been really good to plan the meals and plan what we're doing. And yeah, so that's really helping as well.
it always does. The planning stuff really, really helps, because as soon as you wing it, as you know, Reed, we've got Reed to thank for pushing Paula back into it.
Yeah, thanks, Ree.
You're like, welcome, but I failed on my first week's homework with Paula, so
You didn't fail, you just didn't succeed. But you don't fail if you stop, if you know, you only fail if you stop trying.
I didn't make this week's because I was tractoring.
But do it again next week. You haven't failed, you just didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't like the word fail, because I feel
No.
if you only fail if you stop trying, honestly. Because people always say to me, how do you keep going? Like, what's the secret? How did you get back? How did you get to where you were? And I was like, I just didn't stop. Like, if people think for a second that I was just like this really unhappy, unhealthy, kind of like on the verge of bankruptcy kind of woman who was like really like on death's door, and I just woke up one day and it was like a really smooth, happy, joyful path. Really? Like, I just woke up one day and I was absolutely pig miserable, and then the rest of my life was like skipping through daisies.
It's when people find you on your journey, isn't it? People don't always see, it's like the iceberg analogy, isn't it? They don't see you know, some people have seen us on our journeys, whereas other people are meeting us now and we're halfway through or towards the end, you know, not towards the end, but you know what I mean, a lot more where we want to be. So a lot of the time it's like you think, oh, flipping heck, how have they done all that? And that's where the self-sabotage comes in. And
that is actually a good reminder, because I do need to tell my story more often, I think, because I would be like, oh god, nobody wants to know it again. But then there's people that may have only come across me in the last 6 months that don't know, you know. But I don't want to, I have this weird balance where I feel like if I keep on saying it, it's like a sob story. But I do want people to know that it doesn't matter where you are, you can still, you know, still recover, still heal, still move on, still have a happy life. It doesn't matter if you're, because people sometimes feel like, well, I'm in my 40s, I can't do anything about it now. I'm like, well, no, yes, you can. The other thing is as well that I've found at the moment, and I'm not sure what to do about it, is that people are starting at the moment to try and take the piss out of me. And that's something that I've got to squash out. So for example, right? Do you know when you can't sleep? So I had a perimenopause night the other night. Perimenopause is fun, as you know, Sally. I was wide awake. I was like, bing, I'm awake. 2 o'clock in the morning, wide awake. No apparent reason. So I was scrolling through TikTok, which is obviously the thing I tell you guys to do all the time. I always tell you guys, you know, if you're wide awake, just scroll through TikTok, it'll help you get back to sleep, right?
The worst place to go and visit is 2
I always tell
a.m.
you guys to do that. I always tell you guys, if you can't sleep, scroll through TikTok, right? So scrolling through TikTok, and scrolling through TikTok, because that's the best thing to do, right? So scrolling through TikTok, and I came across, you know what, I've got this thing, this is a business idea that's going through my head at the moment. So I was scrolling through TikTok, and there's this woman, and she was just like, you know, one of those like completely accurate, very honest psychics, right? You know, the ones that like obviously are completely genuine, right? And all they want is candy canes. So you know that they're telling the truth. And I was just in one of those moods. I thought, for shits and giggles, I just want to see what she's going to say, right? So it was 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought, do you know what? It's like an 8-ball. If I'd had an 8-ball, I'd have shook it and said, should I do this? And shook it, you know, but I wasn't. I was lying in bed. So I just thought, I'll just see what she says. It was literally shits and giggles, right? So I gifted her, like, I don't know, like 2 candy canes, whatever it was. And I said, what, have you got a message from me about my business? So she looks at my profile. I shit you not. And she goes, oh, so you're a life coach. And then she goes, well, you should follow me. In fact, you should ask all your followers to follow me. Do you know what? I've got an event coming up next in a few weeks. Why don't you come and pay for a stall at my event? But and it was all like me, right? So I just scrolled on by because it was all about what I could do for her. And every single day I get messages from people trying to sell me stuff, trying to get me to, and then they get quite aggressive if I don't reply to them. Like, I want you to do this for me, I want you to do that for me, I want you to hire me as this and hire me as that and whatever. And I don't reply because I haven't got time. And it's like, I've got to, so my message to myself at the moment is, how do I figure out how to deal with all this? Because it's becoming a little bit overwhelming.
I think there are just a lot of chances out there at the moment as well, though. I get a lot of business guff, and being in network marketing as well. Do I want to do Bitcoin mining and all of that stuff? And I'm like, literally, no, I haven't got time for this. Don't want to know about it. It doesn't interest me. See you, bye.
It's so much at the moment on my emails. It's like maybe 30 a day on my Instagram, on my TikTok, on my LinkedIn or whatever. And it's getting to be very overwhelming for me. So I've just got to figure it out, but I can't seem to shake these people off. It's like,
it's annoying, isn't it? It's really annoying.
It is.
That's how I feel at networking, when people are like, this is what I can do for you. No, I don't want to know.
Yeah, it's too much at the moment.
Not what you can do for me. It's about what we can do for each other. It's supposed to be.
Tell me what you do, and I'll tell you what I do, and let's see if there's a commonality. Yeah. Yeah. So this year, I don't know what it's, I think it's fascinating at this time of the year just to start reflecting on where are you going and what are you doing? What do you want to, you know, it's that question of who's the one you want to be, where's your journey going next year? But it's also about reflecting without judgment, without kind of condemnation, without, I think judgment is probably the best word. Gently thinking, what went right this year? What was amazing about my journey this year? Because all of you have had beautiful journeys this year. If you think about everybody on this call, you've all had spectacular journeys. Not one of you has had a journey that's not worked or not been healthy or not been successful or not been productive. So maybe take this time over Christmas to think, what bits of that do I want to, what bits of that do I want to really breathe into next year? Gently. Yeah. Sarah, what are you doing? Oh God, the Christmas tree. Amy, you're thinking about the future hard because he's not helping you. He's not being a future orientated human. But I'm talking about you as a human. Where do you want to be? Not.
Yeah, I don't, I'm finding it really hard to do the thinking about goals and who I want to be and all of that. Every time I keep when I think about it, it's like I hit a brick wall.
Well, instead of thinking, going, who do I want to be? Think about what have I loved most about the bits of my life that have improved this year? So you've loved your weight loss journey. That's giving you so much joy. You've loved being less in pain. You've done a lot more hydration. You've done a lot more walking. So start thinking about, have you enjoyed some of the mindset work? Have you enjoyed, just start having a look at the different aspects that you have really enjoyed. Even if you do maybe do another wheel. If you've got a Feed Your Fairy journal where you haven't completed the wheel at the front, maybe do another one of those wheels and compare it to where you started. And you'll see which areas you've improved most on. And then kind of like ask yourself some questions about that and just say, which areas, what have I done in that area that's felt the most authentic to myself? Which areas have I enjoyed the most? And see what answers pop up for you. Gently. It's not about grilling yourself. It's not the Spanish Inquisition or the Third Degree. It's just about, pondering over this time when things are a bit quieter. Yeah. But the questionnaires at the front of the Feed Your Fairy journals are a good place to start, because you can compare one year to another, or 1 6 months to another 6 months, because you can obviously look back as you've done the journals. It's a really obvious place. Ree's probably got like a stack like that big by now. So, all right, my darlings, we'll have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Christmas. Obviously, I will be here tomorrow night for Wind Down Wednesday. There'll probably be about 6 of us as well, because everybody's like, this time of the year. But if you're here tomorrow night, I will see you tomorrow night. And if I don't, I'll have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Christmas. And I will see you in the new year. All right, my darlings, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye.